Hey guys, it's Crazy Pickle with another episode for the beginner's guide. So today we're going to talk about credits and a little bit about transport, or in other word mount. Um, so the credits is most important resources, I would say, at the moment. You also can consider that victory medals is also important because you're using your victory medals for the Hall of Trophies, which is hard, kind of a really important part. But since we're talking about the credits, and we're also going to talk about what places you can get credits, and so where you can get it, and what you need credits for, which is going to be a lot of things that you use credits for. And you need a lot of credits to actually uh, upgrade your gear, Cathedral, and all other stuff. So, well, let's just see what the actual description says. Can be obtained by completing adventures and quests in your adept journeys by fulfilling directives of the Council of Gods. So, yes, the main resources, which is you fulfilling directives, and you have that reward for service. It gives you 200 victory medals, 360,000 credit, and of course the knowledge and construction resources for your Pantheon if you are in a Pantheon. I think it still gives you if you're not, I'm not sure about that, but anyway. So this is your first resources. You get the directives one timer a day. So you do that, and of course, let's just receive that. And of course, the missions that you complete. So this is actually the region, invaded region. But so like all the squad missions, all the 5 mans, whatever missions you go into, and when you complete it, and you get credits. So it also depends on which rank you complete the mission. If it's the C, B, A, S rank. So the S rank is the highest. If you complete the mission in the S rank by completing all the objectives, you will get the max reward for that mission. So another place that you actually get credits is, of course, as it mentioned, from your adepts. So they bring you, it depends, it's always different. Like right here I have 15,000, here's all 16,500, 12 and a half. So it depends, but usually I would say in average they bring you about amount like that every time. Could be sometimes more, could be 20,000, could be sometimes even 30. So then another place where you get when and where actually you can farm credits, that is going to be the region, and if I will pronounce it right, it named Rockall Valley. So what you need to do, you go to the region, complete all the missions on that region, and I think I'm not 100% sure how much credits, like exact number you get, but what I heard that people actually by farming credits there, they get about, by completing all the missions, they get about 250 thousand credits. So, and it's a pretty good amount, and I don't think it takes a lot of time to complete this region. Uh, let's just go to this region, and because when you open the map, I believe it still shows you how many quests for each um, color kind of. So let's say, yeah, it still shows. As you can see on the right side of the screen, it has like different color lines, right? So it has 15 quests for like a purple color, 21 for like yellowish, 28 total quests for blue, 25 for pink, and this one is the actual progress of your region. So when you get 100%, which by completing all the missions in a region, you get the total by completing all the missions, you'd get about total 250,000 credits. So it's a pretty good amount, and if you have time to actually farm credits, then I would offer to do this region and just farm the credits whatever time you have to farm. Maybe you can farm 1 million credits a day. The one thing I will mention that we have a cap on credits, which the maximum amount of credits you can get per week, which is, I believe, still 10 million credits. So you can only farm 10 million credits per week, which means that by completing regions, by doing the 5-man missions, by doing the squads or campaigns, so every mission, every region, like even distortions, whatever gives you credit by after completing, it counts towards that weekly limit credits. But there is things that, like, say if you, like, we have sometimes 9 events, I believe those credits that you get on from the event, it's outside of the weekly cap, which means you can farm 10 million, and if it's 9 event, or maybe you selling items, I believe the selling item, no, so the selling items is also included in weekly cap. I only believe that 9 event could still gives you credit. Some other people was saying that by selling marks, they not counting towards the weekly cap. And also keep in mind that you have 500 storage limit for each mark. So don't go, because if you're gonna keep farming for marks, you're not gonna get it. So 500, it's a limit, and just keep an eye on that. Just sell it. So, and it gives you specific amount of credits, whatever amount you're gonna sell. So another region that actually you can farm credits is Diaphragm Archipelago, I believe. So this region before was the best. It was giving you the highest and most credits from all other regions, but people was farming pretty much every day there, and it was getting tons of credit from that. So it's kind of nerfed now. It could be about 150,000 credits, but I think people was saying that the Rockwool Valley is giving you the most credits at the moment. So this is okay. This is the places where you get credits, and now where you need the credits, which is the first thing, of course, is going to be your Cathedral. So as you can see here right now, so if your Cathedral is not maxed, definitely it's not gonna be, then it's gonna eat about 150,000 credits per ritual. So it's a pretty good amount of credits for just one ritual, and you can get any amount of followers. It depends. So it could be 50, could be 100, could be 200, 300. So it's kind of a random number. You can get, like, I think it's like they call it a critical chance that you can get like up to 600 followers per one ritual. So this is your first thing that you spend credits for. You also spend credits to, of course, upgrade your equipment. Since, let's say, something like this, of course it shows like 15,000 now, but the higher integrity goes, the amount of credits per upgrade grows too. So for the upgrade, the highest will be 120,000 credits, and if you, let's say, replace stats, as if you're not lock any stat, it's gonna be 20,000. if you keep locking, so the number grows each time, 125, the more, so usually you sometimes need to lock like 5 stats to get the last one that you need, so it's 150,000 credits. It's also a pretty good amount, and you not get the right stat sometimes that you actually wanted from the first try. Let's see what else you spend credits for. I believe this is it. So it's pretty much just Cathedral. You upgrading your equipment. So you're upgrading it, which is integrity, plus you replacing a stat. So it's 2 times there you spend credits for. And for the equipment, I would say this is the highest kind of hole that all your credits kind of go into it. So it depends on your stage. If let's say if your Cathedral at least I would say maybe like 100 or 150,000 followers already, so you kind of can split the amount of credits you can spend on gear by upgrading it or replacing a stat, or just kind of forget about the equipment and just keep dumping credits into the Cathedral until you max that. So you also get the credits by just selling stuff that you don't actually need it. Some of them gives you victory medals, but like let's say you can sell like the equipment that you don't need, and every time you finish the mission you get like green and blue equipment, and just definitely sell those if you have a better equipment already. Yeah, I think there's nothing else you are spending credit for. Maybe you, I don't know, you buying something in the market, but I don't think there is much stuff that you can actually need it to spend credits for. So transport, no. Costume, I wouldn't just even touch that. Don't even waste your credits for this. Unless you maxed completely, then you can just spend a bunch of credits. So it's just 1 million 1 million just for one costume, and they all kind of yuck. So anyway, and yeah, the other stuff, pretty much Argents and all that. So kind of a recap. So you spend credits for upgrading and stat replacement for your gear, and Cathedral. So it's 2 places where all your credit pretty much goes into. And sometimes it's hard to kind of think like, okay, what am I supposed to do? What should I do first? Should I max Cathedral first and then kind of start doing my upgrading my gear, or kind of split between, or maybe upgrading gear first, at least the stat replacement, and then just keep working on Cathedral? In my opinion, I would say that it depends on your situation. So if you're completely free player, then you're just only farming credits and saving those by completing directives, doing missions and all that, then I would suggest to focus on your Cathedral until you get to that point where you need to upgrade your and do the stat replacement for your gear. So as long as you on the stage where you actually not participating for like a high content in a game, like distortions and avatar, so because your might is low and definitely you're not gonna survive even a one shot, well maybe you can, but 1-2 shots and you're dead. So it's pretty much kind of, you just filled up the spot and you know help. But then with that way I would suggest to focus on the Cathedral until your might, total might, will get at least like, I don't know, maybe like 400,000 or 500,000 might, I would say. That way you can start replacing some stats, and I will link the I will drop the link in the description for the equipment setup for the DPS class. So if you kind of already on that stage and you're still watching the beginner's guide, that way you can figure out what you want to do and which stage you are in. If you already got invited on some distortions and then you can survive, you know, for a long time, then yeah, just watch that video for the full DPS setup, and then kind of think like, okay, maybe I'm gonna split, or how much time you have to farm credits and all that. So it's all little things that kind of, you know, you have to figure out what you actually want to do. So, but again, as I say, that if you just upgrading your like Cathedral and all that, you just start growing, so you're not strong enough and you're just still doing some missions and all that, then I would say focus on your Cathedral, get your might to that point where the people actually can see that you become a little bit stronger, and then they can invite you for the distortions. But if you, let's say, on a stage where you already was in some distortions and you did good and all that, then you have two options. You can use your credits to do the stat replacement first, get the right stat for your DPS setup, and then because when you get the right stats for your equipment, that way you don't have to worry about for the next generation. So, and now since we all know that you can wear the generation without having specific amount of might for it, so you can do the stat replacement first and then keep farming credits and of course upgrading your Cathedral until you max. So this is it. Let's just add the third stage. So if you are a person who can actually spend some cash in the game, maybe not a lot, but not really small amount, that pretty much not gonna help you at all, I would say, then you can split. You can go both ways. You can do the stat replacement, upgrading it gear, and work on your Cathedral. So something like that. And I think this is it about credits for now. There is no other places where you can actually use credits. So let's talk about transports or mounts. Pretty much most of them are useless. It's just transport. Some of them just really transport, just kind of move faster in a region or something like that. But let's say some of the mounts that if the enemy aggroed, that way it will knock you out or knock you down from your mount, so you're not gonna stay on it. Some of the mounts we call in the battle mounts, which during the battle you can stay on a mount, and some of them actually has abilities that you can actually attack the enemies. So let's say like Goliath heavy combat suit, which has some of the abilities, which has also two stance, like a mobile stance, which you run faster, and you have only these two abilities, and then the combat form where you have the just basic attack, so some other kind of abilities, and you can attack the enemies too, or the Pegasus, which also has some abilities. And of course the other battle mount would be the jetpack, that you can actually, if you have that, you can actually use your class abilities without and still be on a jetpack. So something like see, like right here I'm on a jetpack and I can use my abilities, so I can attack the enemies. And it also, that yellow line above my health bar, it's the shield. The time that shield is broken, it will knock you down from your mount, so you're not gonna have that mount anymore until battle is over. So let's just open that again. There's also like fall tree vein, so they're also battle mounts, but they don't have any abilities pretty much. So I would suggest to get definitely jetpack and maybe at least the heavy combat suit. So then the heavy combat suit, you can actually get it in the Hall of Trophies. So if we're gonna open the Hall of Trophies, and it's going to be Steel Giant. So this is your heavy combat suit, and of course it's gonna cost you victory medals, which I believe gonna cost about 20,000, but you can get for 10,000 victory medals on when it's on sale. So also that Pegasus, you can also get it from Hall of Trophies. But if you if you don't have any victory medals, then don't worry about mounts at the moment. It's not a big deal. You can still do the missions without it and all that. So, but if you wanted to, or if you really can, let's say you can use Argents to buy victory medals to get at least the heavy combat suit or the Pegasus. I would suggest to get heavy combat suit definitely instead of Pegasus. The jetpack usually is, we got it from night event, and it also could be bring back in the pack, which is of course the packs cost. They're probably gonna change that before it costs just a real money. So you just go on a website and buy a pack for whatever amount of cash, and then it will deliver right into your bag. But it might be changed, so you might get that packs in here in the market, which is cost just Argent. So it could be cheaper than it was before, I'm not sure. Could be the same price, just in the Argent, just for the Argent. So it's not gonna be straight exactly real like cash, like let's say 20 bucks or something. So, but yeah, pretty much don't worry about mounts, and it's not really a big deal. But when you get to that point where you might gonna need them, or you're just gonna like them. Usually, heavy combat suit we use in like for Pantheon wars and stuff like that. So the jetpack we just using for just regular missions, like squad or 5-man, just to kind of, if you don't have any faith to go god, then you just use that kind of, you move faster and you can attack too. So also the transport got some passive abilities or upgrades. So the health boost, which is technically not increasing the actual health, it increasing the shield when you're on the mount. The higher level of health boost you got, which is 50%, the stronger your shield on specific mount will be. And of course, summoning boost, which is completely useless. Speed boost, also useless. And I didn't see any difference between when I got 5 and then I got to 10%. I didn't notice any difference pretty much between people who already have maybe like 3rd level or even 4th. And of course the damage deal is increased. Total should be 40%. So this is actually, so pretty much 2 passive things. It's health boost and damage boost for your mount, which the damage boost will work only on mounts that can attack the enemies, that has abilities like combat suit and Pegasus. Well, I think this is it for this video. So, and if you like this video guys so far, hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel and you're watching this video, please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget guys to activate that notification button when you know when I post my new video. So if you really guys, I'm just gonna say that again, if you really guys think that my videos helps at least at some point, please share with your friends, share with people you know, or who actually kind of stuck in a game or confused. And thank you guys again for watching my videos and all that and supporting me. I really appreciate it. And until the next guys, and until the next time guys, take care.